Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. I will just give it a couple of minutes before it gets to on the hour, and then we'll get started. I apologize about the link that was sent that I accidentally went live on, and then I couldn't redo live. So, yeah, I'm just going to wait a few minutes just to see if anyone else finds us after my little mishap. But yeah, let us know where you're joining from in the comments, and I will get started on the hour and we'll chat a little bit about the session. Yay! Thank you for coming, Stuart. Amazing. Stuart and Lauren, isn't it? I think it's Stuart and Lauren. But yeah, if you are here and you suffer with asthma yourself, also let me know in the comments, how are you feeling at the moment? How is your asthma at the moment? Mine is currently not as good as it has been, so I have got my asthma pump to hand, but it's not like the worst it's ever been, so that's good. And I should say you don't need anything for this practice. You don't need blocks or even a mat, just a comfortable surface. You might want a pillow to sit on or pop your head on. That might be quite nice. Okay, let's get started. And if anyone else would like to join us, they can. So a very, very, very big welcome to this 30-minute session. This 30-minute session is designed specifically for asthma sufferers, but even if you don't suffer with asthma, you are so welcome to enjoy this one. We're going to be focusing on the rib cage, opening up that space to facilitate more easy breathing. We are going to be doing a little bit of breath work, but nothing too strenuous, in that it might feel like you need your asthma pump. But yeah, this session is in collaboration with the Inhaler Tailor, who makes cool covers for your asthma pump. Even got a little holder for the cap of it, which most of us always lose. And yeah, I'm really excited to get into this with you. So we're going to start seated. You can sit however you like, if you want to be kneeling or cross-legged, doesn't matter at all. I can see a couple more people joining us, so welcome. And yeah, as I say, this session is so gentle because I really want to empower fellow asthma sufferers that you are able to enjoy movement and exercising without feeling like your asthma is holding you back from anything. So this session is going to be really slow, suitable for very, very new people. If you've never ever done yoga or any sort of mindful movement before, this is the one to join me on. And yeah, let's get started. So we're just going to start by finding a comfortable seat. So you don't have to sit like this. You can sit however you like. Rest in your hands somewhere that you can relax your elbows and your shoulders. And then I invite you to close your eyes, or if you just want to settle your gaze onto something on the floor. Okay, from here, just start to notice how you feel in this moment today. So maybe some physical things come up first, sensations in the body. Maybe there's something on your mind. And then finally, just noticing any underlying energy or mood. Lovely. And then before we get into this practice, I just want you to take a moment to really thank yourself for carving out this time for your own well-being. Okay, so just briefly, we're going to bring our awareness onto our natural breath. How is it feeling in this moment? Lovely, good. And then we're going to place our hands onto our belly. And as you inhale, send your breath down to your belly without forcing it, without stressing yourself out. And as you exhale, really feel that belly deflate, the chest deflate, your shoulders relax. Lovely. As you inhale, send it down to the belly, expand the belly and the chest. Lovely, good. Continue with that. So sending the breath down to the belly and slowly letting go. Lovely. So a lot of people with asthma, we tend to just breathe into the top part of our chest. So we're just going to bring it down a little lower to the belly. It's a lot more calming on our nervous system, which is definitely going to help our asthma. Wonderful, good. And then releasing from that, blinking the eyes open if they're closed. We're going to interlace our fingers behind our back. And then draw that fist over to one hand side of your waist or as far as you can. Lovely. And then I want you to drop your ear down towards that fist, stretching through the neck. Now, I want you to breathe in whatever way feels most appropriate for you today. So I would maybe recommend in through the nose and out through the mouth, or in and out through the nose, but whatever you feel is available to you in this moment. And yes, sorry about the broken link. I accidentally went live on the other one when I wasn't ready. It's far too easy to go live on YouTube. It's literally one click of a button. Lovely, really nice. Let's go chin to chest and then take the fist over to the opposite side of the waist or as far as you can, and then dropping your ear down to that opposite side. So you might find your asthma stresses you out or your stress causes your asthma. So we're working on those little hot spots to release tension and calm that nervous system and hopefully relieve some stress. Lovely, good. From here, slowly roll your chin to your chest. Relax your hands onto your thighs. And we're just going to make some gentle circles with the nose here. See if you can relax your jaw, relax your tongue. Good, and circle the opposite way. Wonderful. Let's bring that to a stop. Perfect. As you inhale, we're going to reach one hand up high overhead. And as you exhale, come over to the opposite side. Lovely. Just go as far as feels good for you. As you inhale, you're going to slightly turn your chest open to the sky so you feel that stretch across the front. And then as you exhale, this top hand is going to come down, feel that stretch across the back of your rib cage. 2 more times like that. Inhale, opening up. Exhale, bringing it down. Lovely. 1 more. Open up. And then bringing it down. Perfect. Walk your hands back, come up to center, and we'll do the opposite side. So a nice big stretch of the other arm up. Make lots of space in between your ribs and then come over. And then let's find a little cactus back. And then bringing that hand down, feeling that stretch through the back. Nice. chin up. Calming down. One more. Wonderful. Good. Next time you come up, we're going to reach both hands high. See if you can find lots of lovely space through the waist. And then interlace your fingers behind your back. Squeeze the palms together. See if you can squeeze your shoulder blades together. And then just notice where you feel your breath here. See, you're probably going to feel it in the chest, but see if you can keep directing it down to the belly as much as you can. Lovely. Let's take one more breath here. And as you exhale, let's bring the hands out in front and we're going to find an all fours position. So hands underneath our shoulders, knees underneath our hips. And from here, let's take a cat-cow motion. So drop in the belly on your inhale and on your exhale, round in. And just taking that in your own time, at your own pace of breath. If it's faster, if it's slower, that's totally okay. And almost take this like a massage for your spine rather than like really trying to exaggerate it today. Lovely, good. And then just starting to bring some intuitive movement into it. So maybe that's circles with the hips, side to side, whatever feels like really good. You might like to close your eyes here. Nice. So we're going to get into the hips a little bit because I find, when you've been stressed, you can kind of tense up in those hips. So very gently, we're going to take a dynamic stretch. So from here, we're going to pick up one knee and then send the hips back. Don't worry about how far you go or how deep you go. And then drop that knee back down to all fours. Opposite knee lifts out to the side. Send the bottom back. We're just going to alternate from side to side. And if at any point any of this feels too much, please do stop, take a break. Particularly if it's your first time, you don't have to do it all today. Lovely, good. From here, we're going to come into a downward facing dog. So spread the fingers wide, tuck your toes, and we're going to send the sitting bones back and up into down dog. Let your head go. If it's your first time doing downward facing dog, you can drop to the knees, take a little break and come back in. It's quite a lot for the upper body. So maybe pedaling out the feet if that feels good. Shake out the head, doesn't have to be perfect. Just make it feel good for you. Lovely, good. Have a little look at your feet. Make sure they're hip width or wider. And then you're going to bend your knees and we're going to walk the hands back to the feet. And then maybe catching opposite elbows and just take a really nice hanging forward fold. So the knees are definitely bent. The head is really heavy. And you're just allowing gravity to pull the head and the shoulders towards the earth. Just hopefully feeling that release in the upper back. If you'd like to make it even more supported, bend your knees even more so your body is nice and supported as you dangle here. Wonderful, good. And then we're all going to bend our knees enough so we can get our fingertips onto the floor. So bend your knees as much as you need. Your left hand is going to come to the middle. Your left fingertips are going to come to the middle. Bend your left knee, and then maybe the right leg straightens and the right arm is going to come up towards the sky. Lovely. See if you can turn your chest open. Beautiful. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, hand comes down, right hand comes down, right knee bends as the opposite hand comes up, maybe looking towards that top hand, but turning your chest as much as you can. Lovely. And then bringing that hand down, bend into the knees. We're going to walk our hands forwards, drop back to all fours. Lovely. Let's take puppy pose from here. So puppy pose, we're going to keep our hips over our knees, walk the hands forwards. The further apart your hands, the more accessible it is. The closer they are together, the more challenging it is. So I definitely recommend starting wide. And then we're going to drop our chest down towards the floor. You can either rest your chin or your forehead on the floor, or maybe some of our heads will be dangling, and that's fine. And notice where you feel that stretch. So maybe it's all in the armpits. It might be in the chest, the upper back, somewhere else. See if you can relax your fingers. Try not to kind of really claw at the floor. Wonderful. Okay, from here, we're going to slowly come back up. Back to all fours, and then lower down to the belly from here. So coming on down, come into your forearms. So the elbows are underneath the shoulders, into this gentle back bend. Okay, so for some of us, this is enough. We'll hold it here. We're getting a nice little stretch through the belly and the lower back. For some of us who want more, you might begin to straighten your arms. Just make sure that your hips are still on the floor. And you can still breathe relatively easily, so it doesn't cause any stress. Really nice. Let's take one more breath here, wherever we are. And then coming on down, we're just going to make a little pillow for our head with our hands. So you might rest your chin or your forehead on your hands. You decide. And just take a few breaths here, really relaxing the front line of your body into the floor. I don't know about you, but for me, sometimes being on my front when I have bad asthma it's easier to breathe than being on my back. I'm sure there's something to that. Okay, good. Let's stretch out that lower back. So we're going to bring the hands underneath the shoulders now, big toes together, and come back to a child's pose. So I'd recommend taking the knees wide so there's space for your belly and your chest in between your thighs. So maybe the forehead is on the floor, or you can use your hands as a pillow. And either holding this in stillness or taking a little rock if it feels good. Sometimes it's nice to rock the head from side to side. Give yourself a little massage. Wonderful. Good. From here, let's come up to seated, and we're going to swing those legs round in front and stretch out our shoulders a little bit. Okay. So we're going to take our hands behind. Fingers can point in whatever direction you want. I quite like them pointing back, but you might have them more to the side. Lift your chest, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Now this might be enough of a stretch and you can stay here. If you want a little bit more, you can begin to walk your sitting bones away from your hands so you get more of a stretch in the front of that shoulder chest area. But like I said at the beginning, just find an intensity that feels accessible today, and it's different every day. We want this practice to be helpful for our asthma and not hindering it in any way. Lovely, really nice. Okay, if you've got that bum forward, you're going to slide it back. Take a little roll of the shoulders, shake out the arms if they need it after that. It's quite a deep one. Okay, and then we're going to bring our hands behind us once more. Feet are a little bit wider than hip width, and we're just going to drop the knees from side to side. And then we're going to add on to this. So as you drop the knees to one side, you're going to squeeze your bum, see if you can lift the hip. So you start to get that stretch all the way from the front of the shoulder, the front of the hip, and then the other side. So just starting to exaggerate that stretch a bit more. Okay, you can stay there if that's enough for you today. Or we're going to add on again. As you drop to one side, the back hand is going to continue around. Maybe you fold, maybe you drop the elbow down. You get to decide what feels good. And then come back or up and around onto the other side. So just spiraling through the spine. And you don't have to do many. You can keep it nice and slow. Wonderful, good. Okay, next time you come back through center, we're going to lengthen out the legs in front of us and then bring one knee in and then let it butterfly out to the side. Perfect. As you inhale, sit tall and then maybe forward fold in. You can catch the toes, the knees. So of course we're getting a hamstring stretch, but you really want to focus on opening up this back side as well. See if you can release tension from your face and your hands. Lovely, then coming back up and switching legs. Good, and then when you're ready, sitting tall and then coming forwards and just finding your edge today. Good, slowly coming back up. Lengthen out both legs, give them a little roll of the ankles. Awesome. And then we're going to come onto our back from here. So if you want a little pillow for your head, if it's more comfy, grab one. I should have definitely grabbed one. Okay. Rather than hug the knees in, which can kind of compress the chest a bit, we're just going to take our arms out wide, palms shining up, and then we're going to allow the knees to drop to one side and then the other. Just keeping lots of space around the chest and the belly for our breath. Lovely, good. And then next time you fall to one side, you might stack the knees on top of one another and we're just going to hold it there. Relax into it. Allow gravity to take over. Good. Slowly bringing the knees through center and then letting them drop the opposite way. The knees stack on top. Just let it be kind of messy. You don't have to hold your legs in any certain way. Good, and then coming back through center. and getting comfortable for some relaxation. So if you're not happy on your back, either be on your front, on your side, come to seated, lie on the sofa, whatever you want to do to get comfortable. Oh. Maybe resting your hands onto the front of your body or just having them out to the sides. Closing the eyes. And with each exhale, can you allow your body to melt into the ground? Releasing any physical tension or tightness. Just allowing your body to be at ease. We're going to take just a minute here together in quiet, and then we'll close the practice together. Okay, if you're happy where you are and you want to stay here for longer, amazing. Just let this live stream end and I'll see you another time. Otherwise, just starting to bring some movement back into the fingers and the toes. Maybe taking the arms overhead, taking a big long stretch. At this point, you might like to take a nice big yawn. And then slowly making your way to a comfortable seat, same position that we began in. And give yourself a moment to settle here, closing down the eyes. And just give yourself a moment to notice how you feel now. And then bringing your hands together at heart center. Bow your head to your heart. And really, really thank yourself for carving out this time to look after your own well-being. And when you're ready, open your eyes and welcome yourself back into the rest of your day. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really, really, really hope you enjoyed it, and I'm so sorry about the link. So if you wouldn't mind sharing this recording when it's live with any other asthma sufferers, I'd be so grateful because, yeah, I got the link wrong. I'm sorry. Oh, thank you, OBN Dixie. You can now quit your job, you're rich. Don't spend it all at once. Thank you. Have a beautiful rest of your day, everyone. And yeah, for anyone who is here who has asthma, I'll also link the other classes that I have specifically for asthma in the description as well. Okay, have a beautiful rest of your day, everyone, and I'll see you on the next one.